Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be looking at the Power Rangers Lightning Collection Remastered. This is Jason, the Red Ranger with shield. So if you didn't get the San Diego Comic-Con version of him, well, this is your chance of getting him. So let's look at the box. It comes with, well, the 3D animation there, or 3D model, with the power effect. Obviously, we've got the lovely artwork. It says Mighty Morphing Red Ranger. And I'm kind of glad it says Jason Lee Scott Green No More, which is obviously that version. So we get a lot more stuff in this one than previously, which we get the Red Ranger, the 4 different hands, the Morpher, Blade Blaster, Closed Blade Blaster, Dragon Shield, Armbands, Power Sword, Lightning Effect, the Power Up thing, and then Blade Blaster in Blade Mode. And then we've got Power Rangers all there. At the top, it just says Power Rangers Remastered. And at the bottom, standard as you would get with the bottom of the box. So let's open up this bad boy and have a look inside. And here he is. Here is Jason, the Red Ranger. Now, let's get the kind of thing out of the way. We all probably know the reason why there is no Jason head with this one is probably because they didn't want to kind of put in Austin's likeness due to the fact of the PPP thing that's been going on. That would be my kind of guess, because it's weird that all the other Rangers actually have like heads. He's the only one who doesn't. That's probably my guessing. But anyway, let's carry on. So the shield itself is a kind of nice gold. It kind of reminds me of like the cheese gold in a way, but a bit more sparkly. So it kind of fits with it. I don't know if they've got the right color, but this obviously goes over everything. We have the armbands, which are on there. The joints on his arms are a little bit more of a deeper red. And then we've got the belt, which will have the lines across it, as well as the line on his holster. Pretty much everything else is basic red, so we've got everything there. On the back of the actual figure itself, there are these kind of holes, so you can take this shield off if you want, and put it mainly on your Green Ranger or whichever Ranger that you wanted to. There are probably other holes here that will be for the females. So obviously with the males, you have the thicker torso. So when you put it on, say, Kimberly or Trini, you're able to kind of put it in the right holes to make sure that it's okay. The armbands sit around the muscles, which is absolutely fine for me. And at the back is just completely plain. Now, I want to take this off because I want to see if they've got the same problem that we have. Now you have to, I'm guessing, take off the helmet if you want to take it off properly. And it looks really weird with his head off. And then if we take the armbands off as well, so you can see what it looks like, it is pretty much like any other Red Ranger. I'm guessing the helmet is a better sculpt. And it's kind of cool, like with the way that I'm looking through this on my phone, like the footage, it actually looks like the same from the TV show. So I kind of really like that. So the helmet's being completely redone from what I can tell. You still have the kind of the sharpness on the teeth on the visor with its silver, and then the mouth and the helmet. It looks really, really cool. Now, one thing that does really irritate me is the fact just there, this is just all the way around where it shouldn't be. It's a little bit frustrating that this is the remastered line. So it means that we'll probably get a remastered, where the figure looks spot on. But yeah, looking from that sort of angle, the way that the light's hitting down on the camera, it, to me at least, looks like it's from the TV show. So it's a really nice figure for that particular thing. So let's look at the articulation. The feet are as normal right there. And then you can bend the knees properly if you want to, just like that. Moves around very easily if you want it to, and then you can bend it back and forth whenever. Arm goes up, or arms go up like that. You can easily spin the hands. Now they're quite loose, so the entire figure is a little bit loose, which is fine, and then you can spin the head around if you want. But yeah, that's the articulation. It's not too bad for what it is. The main accessories that you get are literally the armbands, which are on the actual Ranger itself, the dragon shield, which now we look at it, like just even looking at the, like just the gold there. So I didn't notice it, but it looks either like something's dripped on it or they've not put on a lot of paint, which is, well, too much paint in that sort of eye. And it's kind of a bit weird when it comes to the back of the holes, but that is his dragon shield. And to be fair, looking at it and feeling it, it's a lot nicer than most, so maybe it is the correct one. We have the 2 visual effects, which kind of give the power up, which I generally kind of like. The power sword, which is literally on the back of him when you take it out of the bag, which is quite nice because obviously I think it would bend, but I do generally like that you got the Tyrannosaurus like symbol there on the back, and then you've got all the gold trim on there, and I think that looks really nice. It's a nice power sword, so it's going to be nice to actually have it. Just hoping that the black paint doesn't fall off it or kind of come off it like it normally does, which is a pain in the ass. Then we have the 2 fists, which is there. And then we have the 2 hands here, which is again opening and closed so you can have the morpher. Speaking of the morpher, here it is that says, you know, you've got the trans coin there, which is really nice. You've got the closed blade blaster that goes in his pocket, which is cool. Then you have his blade blaster like normal. And then you have this one right here. So I think this is kind of cool. This is not a bad figure. The only downside I would say is basically what is under his shield, like along the shoulders. I feel like they haven't really done it properly and they kind of wanted it to rush this out. Considering this is the 30th, you think you would take more time to get these right, considering how many ranges that you've actually done with the Mighty Morphing line. I also think not giving him a Dragon Dagger, considering that this is his powered up mode, you think that you'd have a Dragon Dagger in this, but maybe it wasn't in the episode. I don't know, but we'll look into that. But majority the figure is fine. I think the helmet has been completely redone. Again, as I keep saying, like when I look at my phone as the monitor, which you can see here. Oh look. That felt weird and trippy. But when you look at it, in my eyes, this looks like it could be taken from the show, that the helmet is that good. Now, I don't know if people are getting these helmets and just giving it to the older figures or whatnot, but for this one, it's okay. For a marketing move where you have to buy him for the shield, I think that's perfect because everyone wants to put it on the Green Ranger. Apart from that, figure is really nice. It looks nice. The Dragon Shield could have been done a little bit better, but for what you get, it's absolutely fine. And I think that this is a nice figure for what it is. I do recommend getting one if you do like the Mighty Morphing. I think this might be the best Red Ranger for the Mighty Morphing line so far, but that's up to you and what you think. Anyway, I am gonna leave it there. What are your thoughts on this? Do you like this figure? Did you get him just for the helmet? Did you get it just for the shield? Are you giving the shield to Tommy or are you leaving it out? Let me know down below in the comments. And if you like this sort of content and you want to hear and see more, hit the like button, hit subscribe, leave me a comment. And if you want, check out the Patreon as well, the channel memberships. And why not check out the store at the same time? Thank you very much for listening and watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.
I want to say a big thank you to all my Patreon supporters, and I wanted to shout out Kimona Cat, Kira Stanada. Your help goes a long way to help support the channel, and if you want to help support the channel, the links to my Patreon and channel memberships are listed below in the description.
あらあら、チャンネルをサポートしてくれてありがとうございます。チャンネル登録、高評価お願いします。以下のリンクから商品を入手することができます。